Welcome, everybody. Gregory's got the beautiful screen up. I love it.
Welcome, Robin.
Yes, it was an amazing set. Oh my gosh. We were so thrilled to be with everyone. And I just want to say, Carol was running around doing interviews and goes, 3 words for this convention. I said, so much love. I mean, we all got infused from every direction in heart to heart. So this evening, I'm going to turn things over to Gregory to get the ball rolling, but we're going to hear from several of the people that were with us. And if you were watching virtually, we'd love to hear from a few of you too. So be thinking about that. Just a really brief share of what it was like to be with us. And so I'm going to turn things over to Gregory to get the ball rolling.
Well, thanks, Robin. Good evening, everyone. And I hope every one of you was either live with us in Orlando or you're live with us virtually, but we were all blown away. This was, beyond belief what's been happening to LifeWave, and it feels like the tip of the iceberg. Since we started 5 years ago, the company has grown 20 times. They were doing less than 2 million a month. Now we're doing about 40 million a month. Okay. We're really just moving into momentum. We've grown significantly from last year to this year. I mean, you look at the convention last year, this one compared to this year, this one was almost 3 times as big. We had 3,000 people here this year, and 1,100 people last year. So right place, right time, right company, right people. I know for Robin and I, LifeWave was and is an answer to a prayer. And we have such an incredible sense of mission and expanded vision from just being around David Schmidt and all the executive team that he's pulling together. Really a world-class management team. It's so beautiful what he's doing and where we're going with this. And, we're really moving into momentum. There's no doubt about it. And right now, I still believe LifeWave is probably one of America and the world's best kept secrets. But you know what? Between us, we can make it a household word, and we can all ride that wave, that life wave. And we're creating the weave. We not only get to ride it, we get to help create it. So, for Robin and I, it's just such an honor, blessing, and a privilege to be part of LifeWave with you and the expanding corporate team, the expanding field team, that things are happening. And I know, Robin, you've lined up a number of people that were with us there at the convention. This wasn't a conference. This was an international convention, people from many different countries in attendance. And I'm just going to pass it back over to you to maybe share some of your thoughts and insights, and then start bringing on some of our guests tonight.
Oh my goodness. I guess I should put my camera on. Well, they keep outdoing themselves. I mean, the production that they put on, the generosity that they put on. Why don't you keep your camera off until we call on you, okay? Thanks. Sunshore wants you guys to go at the end. So yeah, being with you guys is the biggest gift for us. And it just fills my heart so much. I came home like so full of love. Oh my, but there's nothing like being in person. Many of you I got to meet for the first time. Lots of you I got to have all those wonderful hugs. And some of you I didn't even get to see because there were so many people. But we are a technology company. We have made the shift, and really the company's rebranding itself. We know we have some tweaks to make. We're going to be making lots of changes on all of our tools, but the company is going to have some wonderful new resources and tools for us. And we heard a great talk from Jeff. Ryan Barson is our new Senior VP of Global Sales, and he was our MC, did a fabulous job. Meredith, our president, gracious as all get out and just articulate and beautiful. And, there's nothing like David. Getting to hear David, and a surprise happened at the end that was not shown on the virtual at our gala banquet. David's wife, Christina, surprised David with an award, which was really fun. So I want to get started, and I'm looking at who's here. Yeah, should, and we ask each one of you to be brief. We're talking 2 to 3 minutes of your experience. What really touched you? What made a difference for you that you can see that's going to change your life and your business and your team and anything else? But just a few minutes. So I'm going to start with John, then go to Pete, Helen, Ann, Jen, Harris, and we have some more. So really brief, everyone. Share your good stuff. So unmute your line and get going. There, you
Can you
can
hear?
see us up. Yes.
Can you hear
you're-
me? Okay.
You're good.
So this is my third conference at Live, and Robin was exactly right. They outdo themselves every single time. And but you know, it was full of love. It was full of joy. Even with 3,000 people, it was amazing. I've said it before with LifeWave, people leave their egos at the door. But the one thing that really got me, and you have to forgive me, and Robin, maybe you can help me. The gentleman that is in charge of production was on stage. We've never met him before. He's been there, been in hiding, if you will, but he really assured us that already we can double or triple our business of 40 million a month to 100 million a month, and they're already ready for it. And one thing that really hit me, and I won't go in much longer, is that they had to design and build the machinery for our patches because we are the only company that is doing this. So this idea of invention and of technology goes all the way into production, and we just take it for granted. So that really, really impressed me, and it assured me no matter what happens with the business, we're already ready. They're already into 2026 with their thinking.
I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. John, you can feel the energy from him. And Coleman was on stage and he showed a video of the robotic production and quality control. We're an ISO 9001 or something manufacturing facility, and we are prepared for as much as we can sell. So yay. Okay. So thank you, John. And Pete, you want to go next? You want to unmute?
All right. Hello. Good evening to everyone. I'm not sure if my camera is coming through or not. Doesn't appear to be, but can you hear me okay?
We can hear you, and it's a very cool visual.
Okay. Thanks for doing that. I don't know why I'm not there. I'm a hologram, I guess, tonight, or almost.
Well, move your head in and out, and I bet we can see you.
Moving in and out. Nothing's happening. I'm
Okay.
not sure what's
Well,
going on,
just
but,
go for it then. Just
all
go.
right. Well, thank you, Robin. It was a pleasure, as always, spending time with you, Robin and Gregory, and so many other wonderful people in my own organization, like Carl Krebs, Clarissa, and people from the Philippines. Sitting beside me is my beautiful fiance, Hannah. You can't see her, but she flew all the way from the Philippines to attend, and it was just spectacular. The entire event was absolutely shaking because, you know what, if you look at 3,000 people and to organize and to coordinate that, and the way David Schmidt made his initial appearance, I'm not going to steal the thunder. You're sharing that, I'm sure, tonight, Robin. It was just spectacular. It was next generation. We're in the real deal here, guys. We're with LifeWave, a company that's not a Me Too, not a copycat of something that's out there, modified, tweaked a little bit, and just here's a new product here. Go market this. We've got something so breathtaking, so amazing, so incredible for each and every one of us. And with David Schmidt at the helm of the company and the leadership Robin and Gregory provide, how can you possibly go wrong, ladies and gentlemen? And I had the privilege of meeting people like John Ward and Helen Peake for the very first time, and there were others, Barbara Jennings, and it was just amazing to connect the way you connected your group there. All right, something's happening here now, the camera. I'm not sure what it is.
Oh, there you are.
I think we're operating off the wrong camera here. There we go. There's somewhat of a view, but I won't.
Okay.
Oh,
there you guys
You
are.
want us to have something, anything to share? 30 seconds.
We get to see part
Yes,
of
it's
you.
a great
Sort of.
Beautiful.
It's not working
Thank-
well. I'm not sure
Yeah,
why.
no, we're thrilled to see you and thank you so much for making the visit. And Hannah, all the way from the Philippines she came. So how exciting is that? We had several. We had Rich was with us too. So thank you, Pete. Wonderful to be with you always. Who
It
knows?
was a
Winnipeg's
pleasure. Thank
next.
you, everyone, for joining
Okay,
here tonight.
great.
You.
Okay, bye. Helen, you're next.
Well, hi, everybody. Oh my gosh, of course, we're all still high because every moment was fantastic. So we had hours and hours of wonderful time together. I wanted to say our team, Live Younger, was so meaningful. Wearing the white Friday night was great. All the photos. It really came to me that we are, we business cousins and all that, but we're really all on the same team because we all really stand for each other getting to the next, event, Cancun, right? Pop out on a boat around the Greek islands. So I love the incentives. I love, the generosity of our company. I love the telling of the tales of the past and the ones of the future yet to come. And I know you'll talk about some of that, but I just wanted to say, yeah, love, heart to heart, all of us just being here for each other. We're magical. We're fabulous. I'm in love. I'm so
You can feel it. It's wonderful. Thank you, Helen.
Yeah.
Now, Anne, she became a presidential, got to walk across the stage. She had a big group there. Why don't you share a little bit about what happened for you over the weekend, Anne?
Yeah, it is all about community, right? And being there in community was just so powerful. There was a lot of sharing with one another. We played together. It was so much fun to play together. And we had dinner together as a community, and we had over 35 members there, if not more. And, I think that the big thing was being there increased their belief, because what they saw, what they heard, the innovation, the plan for he has a 20-year plan already outlined, and it's all in the works already. 2024 is going to be a big year. And it's all about age reversal coming up as well. I think that just because that a lot of my team was there, what will happen is that they certainly, understand that relationship building is important. The direct selling market is going to be changed. It will be perceived, as David described, as one of the best relationship marketing companies in the world, that we will attract people to come to do this kind of work. And finally, my final thought is that the community is ever more committed than ever before to support David's beautiful, heartfelt vision for the future that we have, that's going to help change the world in a lot of different ways.
Oh, thank you. You said so much, but community is such a big deal. Such a big deal. And the planning and the future and the next generation and belief. I mean, that's what happens at these events, is belief. More than anything, probably. People go, you can't not be here. You just can't. So we're going to transition to Jen Allen, who is a very proud sponsor. And why don't you share why?
Well, and I have Brad Rosley with me and the Colonel. They're still with me. Robin connected me with these two wonderful men, and I ended up saying, well, I've got a meeting I've got to go to. So they're there, they're waving. So, and they're through Michael. So we went, there was a big group, and I think Michael had a group of like 14 for dinner that Friday night. And anyway, he won an award that was the Customer Sponsor Award for all of North America, which he was very surprised, and we weren't, but we were happy for him. But then they called him right back up and they said, we have a very special award for the person that was the top customer service sponsor for the entire world. Michael Jaco, come back up. So here he is. This is our team. And it was Michael that won it. And he didn't do it alone. He did it because of these people here, and every one of you has helped. I mean, Dr. Pam is there, all these people that come in and help, and Robin and Connie and Barbara Lippincott, of course. she patched me, I patched Michael. So that, is what I wanted to share.
Thank you so much. That was wonderful. And Michael Jaco was watching virtually last year. Jen, this is what can happen. Jen got him a virtual ticket. He
bought
watched
it.
the entire
say-
event, and then he couldn't help himself, and he started sharing all over the world. And he ranked up to SPD in a year. He got every single award, plus the global customer acquisition superstar of the planet. I mean, he brought on more customers than anyone in the whole world. So we're very proud, very proud. And hello, Colonel. Hey, Brad. Okay,
Michael
so
may be in this group because they just 10 minutes ago asked to be able
I'll
to.
take a look and I'll promote him. We'd love
Yeah.
to celebrate him. Okay,
Okay.
so let's go to a brand new, he's not brand new, but he got his senior presidential award too. And this is most well known as Connie's sponsor, Harris Williams. That's what makes you
Yay.
famous.
Well, I tell you what, I couldn't be more proud to be Connie's sponsor. And yes, it was an amazing event. I mean, it was completely, it's hard to explain in words. It took it, heart to heart was a great thing because it took it from your head to your heart. Going through a week there, because we were fortunate, the SPDs were fortunate enough to receive an incentive trip at the Waldorf. We got there about 4 or 5 days early. And of course, being a lifestyle guy, I have to say that I was so impressed with the detail and the love they put into that event for all of us around the world that were senior presidential directors, everything from the reception to the massages to to go into Disney World and them shutting down. Literally, they reserved part of Universal Studios. Imagine this, probably one of the top places in the world where people go. They shut part of it off for all of us to have it in private towards the end of the evening after having a great time at Margaritaville. So that certainly was great to hear from all these different leaders, their story, how they got involved with LifeWave, what made the difference, hear about their team, hear about why they're so passionate. And then, of course, it just got better when we all checked in, to the Hilton Hyatt, because then we got to see our teams. And Gregory, Robin, and Connie and Barry were there, and it was awesome. And and then we went over, and for me, it's always the recognition. I loved all the different announcements and all the different incentive trips, which are going to be exciting around the world that we're going to be able to be part of. But for me, it's a recognition piece. It's seeing people that started, literally like we all do as a brand partner, like Ann Monroe, hitting presidential, and then Barbara Lippincott hitting senior presidential, and Michael Jaco in 1 year, literally getting every award you possibly can, and getting the most prestigious award, in my opinion, by attracting the most customers out of all brand partners around the world. Imagine that, right? So I was so proud to see everybody go across the stage. Again, seeing all these different countries there together, and everybody interacting and sharing, why they're there and what their purpose is. And I really love this community because it is all about, the life-changing, technology and products that we have. I think this whole opportunity is around health, wealth, and purpose, and teaching people balance. And then the new technology that was certainly unveiled that all of us are going to be able to use here in the near future is exciting. So it was an awesome event. I want to thank you, Gregory and Robin. You guys are truly, in my opinion, the global servant leaders. Connie is beyond, words. Barry has got to get the VIP or the Global Support Award for supporting all of us behind the scenes. And then everybody that went across the stage on this team that really represents more about the mission than the commission. So I was so excited for everybody and love being there, and can't wait till next year.
Thank you, Harris, and congratulations. You must have been very proud for your team there. And Michael did join us, so we acknowledged you. So would you like to, we're just doing 2 to 3 minutes. Would you like to share what your experience was like, Michael? And congratulations for getting every award that's possible, practically. You want to unmute? Unmute. We want to hear you. There we go.
Yeah. All right. So, I'm usually like doing these, but so it's like, oh, I got to push these buttons. So the thing that I got was, the community was unbelievably powerful. There lots of love there. You guys know that I'm the love guy. So I felt it massively there. And I love what David's message is about turning this into, there we go. Yes. Stay in the love vibration. So turning this into a technological company, and it's really that now, and now it's just going to upgrade it more and more and more. So like Ann was talking about, we're basically going to reverse aging and all that kind of stuff. A lot of stuff is coming out, the drone technology, and who knows what kind of technology is coming out next. But yeah, I've been to a lot of events. The beautiful sharing was incredible.
Beautiful. Thank you, Michael, and congratulations. We were so proud. It was so fun standing there taking pictures of everyone and seeing you. You had to like get a truck to go home with all your goodies. That was wonderful. Thank you for being
Absolutely.
with us. And you're building your own community like Ann's building hers, like all of our leaders are doing. And Michael had a special dinner for his community to thank them. He has team Zooms every week with them sharing stories. And it's just so beautiful to see that, we don't have to do it all anymore because now we have all you guys as leaders. So let's see, we have Dr. Pam, you're next, and then Barbara, and then Michelle, and then we'll get to Sunshower and Carl to wrap it up at the end. So why don't you keep your camera off until we call you. So let's see who was next, but Dr. Pam. Oh, look
All
at
right,
you.
thank you, Robin. Well, I tell you, it was amazing. And to me, one of the biggest takeaways is this is a technology company with a big heart. And I wanted to go into the humanitarian aspect of this. He brought the gentleman from the Red Cross, and we know that he has given a boatload of money to the Red Cross. But this drone that Michael just talked about, I just want to go into it just for a couple of seconds here. This is a drone that can go for 40 hours. It can completely cover, like if you're going to be search and rescue for people out in the ocean, go cover a complete grid, has communication capability. It can stay in the air for 2 days, and has this sensor, infrared sensor, because all living things give out infrared light, that can search for people there. And the payload is amazing. And to me, just the very thought that David would create something like this to help humanity when he could do so much others with the patches and so many other things is amazing. And his wife at the end of the conference came out and almost embarrassed him. He was blushing so much when she made us acknowledge what a great, humble man this is, and gave him what was his favorite
Superhero.
Superhero arm,
Iron Man.
the Iron Man arm. And he said that even gave him another idea for next year. So who knows where he's going to go with it after this.
Thank you, Dr. Pam. Always a treat to have you with us. Okay, Barbara, you are next.
Thank you, Robin, and hi, everybody. So there were just so many takeaways, and I know I'm going to echo a couple people already on here. My biggest surprise was the brandy infused with light. Are you kidding me? Oh my God, it was divine, and how creative that is. And I can't wait until we can actually get it. But anyway, that was, who would think that was one of the innovations coming for us? And to go back, and speaking of innovation, to go back to what John said in the beginning, I've been with Lifeway for 2 years. And from the very beginning, I realized that this was a company that was going to be here in 5 years, and 10 years, and 20 years. That it's a home for us for a long time, because David is so creative and there's so much on the drawing board, and we have just some very unique things coming out for us in the marketplace. And so, I mean, we're always going to be strong. We're always going to have an opportunity. So that's one piece of it that really got solid with me and with my team that was there. And then the other big takeaway was the fellowship, the love among our team, because so many of us have just been on Zooms together. We had never met in person. And so to actually be able to hug and visit and eat together and, finish off the night with a drink, whatever, we just, in all different kinds of settings, it was beautiful. And that same kind of thing was that sharing feeling, that fellowship feeling with everybody. It didn't matter if you were standing in the food line or waiting to go into the doors. You were visiting with people and everybody was sharing their stories. I even had 2 SPDs, one who, not on our team, who talked to one of my gals in the elevator, and he said, let's go sit down. And he gave her all his dialogue. And this, and the same kind of thing with another one of the team with another SPD. And everybody was just so generous in how they shared their experiences and their expertise. And it was just beautiful.
Thank you so much, Barbara. And you got to be a mother hen with a big group. When your group grows and all of a sudden you have to take care of them, and it's a whole nother learning curve, isn't it?
It's so fun.
You did
They're
a
beautiful.
great job, honey. You did a great job. Congratulations. And you're moving up the ranks, my dear. That's very exciting. Okay. Michelle, you are next.
Hi, good evening,
Hi.
I'm Gregory and everybody. So like John, this was my 3rd convention. And oh my gosh, the mother, the mother of them all. And I know next year is going to be even more amazing. Also, if we sign up by tomorrow, we get a super duper discount. So I'm definitely going to be doing that. So I would say for me, community. Just 100%. The apt title of Heart to Heart. Something we say in this business, Robin, is we do business with people we know, like, and trust. Well, on these calls, we've come to know, like, and trust all these little postage stamps of these people, right? And to see them in person and to make that heart connection. And I just want to mention Sarah Glenn, because Sarah and I have been speaking on the phone for over a year, probably a year and a half. We've done a couple Zoom calls, but to see this woman in person, we both burst out into tears. We were just squeezing each other, just like long lost soul sisters. And that is, for me, that is like one of the biggest reasons to be at these conventions, because those heart connections, because yep, we're a heart family, aren't we? I'm a heart person and I love those connections. So that was one big piece for me. Another was the humanitarian award, which I had stepped out for a minute. I think I went to the restroom and I came back and there was a woman on stage who had been given the humanitarian award, and she was from Maui, and she told the story, which that whole thing was just really, really dear to my heart and really caused me a lot of pain. And my daughter lives on Kauai, and I was just like, I just have a real connection to Hawaii. And when she was speaking and she shared the story about asking for help, she said Garrett left a message, and she said a minute and 3 seconds later, she wasn't sure she was going to hear back. And Garrett called her back, and LifeWave gave money and patches for relief for Maui. I was just bawling at that point in the reception at the gala. And that just touched me so deeply that's what this company is about, heart, and bonding and helping those who are in need. One last little share, and then I'll sign off, is Helen, who's my sponsor and who I love dearly. We stayed in the same room. We got very, very close, like sisters. And she came home Saturday evening and she said, I'm so full of love, I can't sleep. I'm just buzzing with love. So we were all buzzing with love.
I love it. Thank you. That was beautiful. So now we're going to get to, and you guys can come on together or separately, but early on, Carl and Sunshower wanted to kind of capture the moments of what we were doing. And they were running around with their videos, and they were interviewing people, and they were taking pictures, and they were sharing on our Facebook group, and they were keeping our community connected. especially those of you that were virtual. And, you know, it's hard when you're not able to be there in person, but we wanted to include you as much as we could. So Carl and Sunshower, who wants to go first?
Let Carl
Ladies
go first.
please.
Well, that was so fun. You know, the 80s party. I mean, I love costume and dress up, and I frizzed up my hair. Of course, look at it now. I've been on the road or the air for 2 days. So, but it was really fun to tag team with Carl. He's really professional. And we came up with what to say and what to ask people as we went up to them in their costumes. And so we asked them to say their name, where they were from, and 3 words about why they love LifeWave. And I just decided to tell you mine. Star Trek now. Woohoo!
Thank you. That was wonderful. Great.
It was a
Carol.
pleasure to work with you, Sunshower. It's fun to do these sorts of things live. And the intention was to convey some of the excitement that you couldn't possibly experience without being there. Yes, you were on the virtual, but our task, what we wanted to do was to incite and enthuse you to plan, to be intentional, to be here next year with all of us and experience that which you can only experience by being here. And when we heard and saw David on the stage, it was nothing less than inspiring. There were moments where I thought, wow, the drones, how does that connect? Are we selling drones? No, of course not. But what we're doing is he's showing us the technology and the capabilities and the technology that he is developing that's going to manifest itself into products of which we've never heard and the world has never seen. And at one point there was an interaction on stage and his co-host said, you know, David, you were once laughed at. Let me tell you, the world isn't laughing at David Schmidt. They're now admiring him. And I thought of another David who stood before a 9-foot giant and people laughed at him. And here we have our David standing in front of the world and saying, I can do it better and I can do it for less money and mine will be better. And so here we are with a company and a visionary founder that is going to take us into umpteen years of excitement, and we get to ride this LifeWave. And in closing, I want to say one more thing. Let us never change from who we are except to be better. Let us not lose that connection, which is heart to heart. Let us operate in a state of humility with a boldness that David exemplifies. Kai Jacobson shared a thought with me one day. He says, so as is the top, so is the bottom. We see David on the stage who exemplifies true leadership, visionary leadership, and does it with the utmost humility. That is something to be admired. And one more thing, Robin and Gregory, you have laid an infrastructure and a foundation upon which anyone can join. And as Helen shared with me, earn a master's degree education without the bill to pay it off. And we get to walk in here and we follow in the footsteps of people like yourself, and we get to ride this LifeWave. We are on a ride. Gregory, thank you for coming on. We are on a ride with this Live Younger group and LifeWave, the likes of which nobody can see. I could only say that the future is so bright, I'm going to be wearing my shades 24 hours a day. Thank you for everything you guys do.
Oh,
Well,
God.
thank you all for sharing your, I mean, your energy was effusive throughout the network here. And we're so, this is a little sampling. So before you get on, Gregory, I'm wondering if there's anyone that watched virtually that would like to share, 1 or 2 people, if you could raise your hand, what that was like to be with us virtually, because we want to hear from you. Anyone want to raise your hand? Anne, go for it. Let me find you. Hold on. I will promote you.
Here, I just promoted her to panelist.
Okay, great. Anne, you're on. We don't see you. There you are. Great. Unmute, please.
There we go, and a video. Now I think I'm here. Okay, so just real briefly, I loved being a virtual viewer, but I absolutely cannot wait to be there in person next year. Oh, it was so great. I loved the amazing technology and where we're going with this company, and that David beamed in on stage.
Was that cool or what?
That was so cool. I was like, whoa, so we're going to have this new technology to communicate across the world, which the people who weren't there don't know what I'm talking about, but they'll find out. Just amazing. Just amazing. He's so innovative, and I love David. I loved you guys on stage. I was so proud of you for the panel discussion that you led. And we just have a great team and a great company. The love is just so clear. And I just loved it.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Anne. So
Sure.
over to you, Gregory, your turn.
Carla's got her hand up.
Oh, she
Carola,
does? Oh.
yes.
Nice.
Let's let her.
Corolla. Okay, yes, please. From Winnipeg, Corolla. And this is huge for Corolla that she's sharing like this. Where are you? I don't see you.
You can turn your camera on if you like. Or just speak
There
up.
she is. There's a picture. You want to unmute your line, hun?
Hello.
Hi.
You are.
Hey, yeah, the biggest highlight for me was towards the end, the surprise that Christina did for David. And he was just done, like you could see it on his face, like he was not prepared for it. But I think he had, when he was left at stage by himself, something was coming up, he said. So, and then David Jumper, that guy, what he has done for Life, that stuck out to me like towards the end at the gala. So thank you.
Oh, thank you, my dear. That was wonderful. Yeah, it
I'm
was.
glad you brought that up because David and David, at the very end, David Schmidt brought up David Jumper to give him some wonderful award. I forgot which one it was, but David was here at the birth of the company. He's been around for 19 years. He was one of the first distributors in just about everybody in the company's upline. And so David Schmidt guiding light of the company and David Jumper kind of guiding light of the field. And David Jumper's up there edifying David Schmidt. And David says, this is not supposed to be about me. It's supposed to be about you. And then, but the tide turned and it was so clever. And we got to meet David Schmidt's lovely wife when we were in Sardinia last month. And she's just a gem. And unannounced, unexpected to David Schmidt, those of you that saw it know what I'm talking about. If you didn't, you got to see it on the replay. She comes walking up on the stage and such a classy lady, beautiful, certainly just an overflowing heart. And she's barefoot, carrying a microphone, and she starts talking and acknowledging David for who he is. And he starts responding because he's used to being in control. Well, things turned a little bit, says, David, please shut off the microphone. And you could just see the look on his face. He goes, wow. And he shut it off and set it down. And she proceeded to unveil the Global Humanitarian Award that was then presented to David Schmidt. Totally caught him off guard. It was just a crescendo of our weekend together.
And David loves surprising us.
David loved surprising us, but boy, did he get surprised. So, this was a weekend, it was off the charts. But one thing I kind of wanted to bring it forward. One of the highlights for me was our keynote speaker, John Maxwell. And John Maxwell is he has the largest consulting, a business or personal development consulting practice in the world, I think he said. He's only written 80 books and he's got 13 more that he's working on. And he gave us so many little keys, unlock the big doors in life. And John Maxwell gave us a few really, really potent keys. And, it drew me back to what I learned years and years and years ago. And Harris and many others of you that have been around the industry for a while understand the importance of a simple daily method of operation. Okay. And we've got this 3-3-3 that we've been talking about for the last year or so. It's kind of taking our daily method of operation even to a more simpler format. And John Maxwell drove it home when he talked about having these 5 things that he does every day. And somebody said to him, says, John, well, what do you mean by every day? And he said, every day. What does every day mean? It's like every day, And he said, now some days like my birthday or, on Christmas, I do those same 5 things, but maybe I do them quicker and apply less time. And I just want to encourage all of us to live in that reality. If you really want to take your business to the next level, you want to ride this life wave together with us as we move on towards $1 billion company affecting 1 billion homes and beyond. I mean, I see no reason why LifeWave can't become one of the largest and most successful and most impactful direct selling companies in the history of the world. We really have that potential. And I want every one of you to ride that wave, that life wave with us. So I encourage you to just live in that every day, a simple daily method of operation. The products do everything except talk and walk. That's our job. And, the most successful people, God bless you. Congratulations, Michael Jaco, the world's greatest customer getter, for this last year, because he talks to a lot of people, and you can too. So it just inspired me. I came home and on the plane today, I wrote up my 5 things that I'm going to do every day. I haven't shared them with you, Robin, but I'm going to share them with you so you can help hold me to them. And I'm going to look to see what yours are. So I
It's
just
a
want
deal.
Don Maxwell's presentation was wonderful, and it's the little keys that open the big doors, and it's that repetition is the key to success.
Beautiful. And, speaking of the 5 things, having been a student of leadership, and that was my background is leadership development in the corporate world. And John Maxwell's style was so available and so real. And it was so perfect for our profession because it was so simple and duplicatable. Anyone can do it. And we came home with a book called The 5 Things. So we're going to live in some questions. And if you have ideas, because maybe we need to do a book club, or, who knows? There's a lot of ideas flowing, and it's a little too soon to anchor anything in, but the future is so bright. And, we started out our gathering with the welcome reception, except for we couldn't recognize a lot of people because they were all dressed up and people didn't know who I was. If I was holding hands with Gregory, they knew who it was. But if I wasn't, people didn't recognize me, and it was really fun.
It was very fun. People come up and say, "Where's Robin?" And I'd point, she's right next to me, and they go, "Oh my God."
I had someone in the chat saying, I think I saw you, but I wasn't sure. Anyway, and then the brandy got mentioned. For those of you that didn't know that, we're stepping in, and David's been working on this for a long time, of how do we make this next year, our 20th year, is going to be celebration all year long. So he's been living in the question of what can he do that's really special. And we got to experience the brandy that he has created with ginseng and ginger and orange blossom honey and light. It's this, I'm not an alcohol person, but I really liked it. It's really smooth. So we all got to do a toast as we step in. Most network marketing companies don't make it to 5 years. To make it to 20 years is a monumental thing in our profession. So this is very, very exciting, and we have a very bright future. So let's see, we went through so many things. Did we forget anything important?
Well, I think the thing that's very important is, the opportunity that we all have. The company is getting in a position where, we're planning years out, and the next conference, the 2024 20-year celebration convention or conference, is going to be in the fall of 2024, and they're giving us a $100 discount. It's going to be $247 admission, and it's worth every penny of it. But if you order by tomorrow, they give us 3 days. So if you order by tomorrow, and you can pull the newsletter and click there to register, it's $147. So you save $100. And this really helps the company plan in advance. I can't even imagine how much they spent on the production of this conference, and every detail that their attention to every detail was fantastic. So we invite you all to be with us there physically next year. So I just wanted to share that. That's in the newsletter.
And let me mention, there's a
Go ahead.
link to register. And until tomorrow, you get that special $100 off. And that's even before the early bird special, which is 197. This is 147. So if you go to that link, and I just want to let you know, when you go there, if there's more than one of you on your number, on your ID number, you have to go back in twice, and you need a different email and phone number and name the second time. So I did it. I registered us today, so I had the experience. It was the same as last year, the same kind of registration experience. So you can use your number, and you can register more than one person, or 2 or 3 or 4 if you have, but you need names and phone numbers and emails.
Different names, phone numbers, and emails.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful.
Okay.
I think we're just about done. Probably.
Well, we've got our week. Let's go through the newsletter a little bit. We got a few more things. And I love it that Gregory bought the domain name Copper Peptide Breakthrough at the very beginning, and he
4
didn't
years
know
ago,
why.
4.5 years ago. I just got the prompting. And now, because as we're kind of rebranding the company, and because of the FTC issue, we're not going to be publicly branding as Activating Your Stem Cells, that we can continue to privately discuss that. Because you can show somebody the patent, and maybe the FDA doesn't like us talking about it, but the U.S. Patent Office said it was okay and give us a patent for activating GHK and stem cells. So you can always show somebody the patent, and you can send them to the copperpeptidebreakthrough.com. That doesn't mention LifeWave, our patches, or anything, but lets people understand the benefits of copper peptide.
Okay, and I do want to say that it was intentional to not have new product this year. They're working on our new welcome center that will be opened, and there will be an open house in first quarter of next year. And they showed us renderings of it. And oh my gosh, we are definitely stepping into the future. And for those of you that didn't see, we have this holographic communication tool, and David is working on several projects that he shared some of with us before. And we have a new growing system so people can grow their own food that will be even more nutrient dense than the normal product itself, and it'll grow faster, and a new kind of water and a new kind of communication system. So David is preparing all of us for the future in a really beautiful way. And we will be soon hearing about the eye cream. I don't know when they're going to bring that out, but we do know that Alavita has a new partner to it. And there will be a GHK eye cream coming out. Nothing was announced at the event. I don't think I should say this because I didn't ask David if I can share it, but lots of other good things are happening.
And GHK eye cream, all of the SPDs were given samples of it, and I'm hearing the ladies loving it, and I'm gonna try it myself. So we know it's coming. It's been produced, and it probably be something released maybe for Christmas, maybe the first of the year, but it's coming.
It may be part of Black Friday special.
Who knows?
Who
It could happen.
knows? That could happen. Well, I thought I was getting 2 bottles. Do you want your bottle? Darn. Okay, so this week we had our calls today, and thank you everyone that took over while we were gone. We really appreciate the leadership of continuing having the calls on Monday morning, and those of you that hosted, and Liz doing technology. And tomorrow night we have Dr. Barbara. She happened to be at the convention. It's always a joy to see her. She's a light beam and embodies health. And so is that it, honey? Are you?
That's pretty much it. I think we
That's
could
pretty
cover
much it?
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
you don't, okay. So, I don't know what it's going to take for us to land, but we will get there. It was amazing, and we got to meet lots of new staff. Oh my gosh, there's a new communication manager that we got to meet. His name is Jason. So we're going to have better communications going on. Gregory and I happen to have worked with Jason at another company, so it was fun to see him. And Ryan Barson's been there just a few months, and he's a real contribution. So, and Meredith is a godsend. I believe she's bringing on great people. So things are growing fast. And like Gregory said, since we started, the company has grown 20-fold. And, you know, business is about timing. And in network marketing, this is a dream for network marketers to be with an established company that is still at the early stages of hypergrowth. And bring your networkers in, get them on the product. When they start to learn about what's going on with the business, the rest will be history. So thank you everyone for being with
One more
us.
thing, Robin, I think we want to
Yes.
mention that the replays will be available
Oh, thank you.
tentatively within the next 24 to 48 hours. We spoke with VIP today about it, and they're preparing the replays to put them up and launch. So everyone that was in physical attendance will have access to that, so we can start our live events at home, and we can be sharing highlights. So we'll be segmenting them out. If the company doesn't do it, we'll be segmenting them out and putting them in our Live Younger YouTube channel also. So you'll be able to pick out the specific portions of the conference. And
Great.
share them. Yep.
Thank
So
you
thank
for remembering that.
Mhm. All right.
Okay.
And Robin, it's Helen. One last thing I'd like to remind everybody is start getting your points so you can get to Cancun.
Oh, Helen, well, thank you we did not talk very much about that. Okay, so incentive trips are different. We're going to have 2 incentive trips that are available to anyone, and they gave all the qualifications. And then the leadership trip is available for executives, and is it executives and above? And that is the old SPD trip, is not SPDs anymore. It's a leadership trip, and there's qualifications for each one of those. And then there's the elite program that we were privileged to be part of with 22 other people from around the world. And it was really, you know, what I want to say is it doesn't matter what line anyone's in. We just fell in love with everybody on that trip. And everyone is like someone said, so loving and warm and generous.
And all of the details on the events, qualifications and
Will be
everything. is
sent to
coming
everybody.
out. Yeah, so they said, you know, they put it up on the screen, said, but don't worry, we'll be sending it out very soon. So you can expect very soon, you'll see all the information about the various events.
Yes, and everyone who was either virtual or live has 30 days to watch the replays and capture whatever you want and share them and have watch parties with, you know, whatever section. And, you know, when David was talking about heart health, I think a lot of people took that very seriously, and a lot of people that aren't moving their bodies regularly are going to get into doing that. I can guarantee that one. So let's all be healthy for a very, very long time, because we're turning back the clock. All right.
Right,
We love
thanks,
you
everyone.
guys so
Love
much.
you all. Heart to heart.
Bye.
Bye-bye.